The late afternoon sun beat down on the quiet country road, making the asphalt shimmer. 10-year-old Maya Johnson trudged along, her worn backpack bouncing against her shoulders. She was almost home when something unusual caught her eye: a gleaming red Shelby GT 500 Mustang parked on the shoulder, hood open like a gaping mouth. Beside it paced a white man in an expensive suit, his voice sharp as he barked into his phone. "I don't care how much you charge for a tow. I've been stuck here for 2 hours. I have a meeting with the governor in less than 3. Figure it out." He slammed the phone shut and muttered angrily. Maya hesitated. Aunt Renee had always warned her not to approach strangers, especially men who looked so far out of place in their rural, predominantly black community 2 hours outside Boston. But something about the man's frustration tugged at her. "Excuse me, sir," she called softly, walking closer. "Need some help with your car?" The man turned, clearly surprised. His irritation shifted into condescension when he saw the small girl with colorful braids, faded shorts, and a too large MIT t-shirt. "That's kind of you, sweetheart, but this is a high-performance machine. I need a real mechanic." Maya shrugged. "My uncle's a mechanic. Been teaching me since I could walk. I can at least take a look." Before he could object, Maya dropped her backpack and leaned over the engine with practiced confidence. "When did the problem start?" The man sighed. "Overheated about 40 minutes ago. Then just died. Did you smell something sweet? Like syrup?" Maya asked. His brows rose. "Actually, yes. Coolant leak," she said matter-of-factly, pointing to the small puddle beneath the car. "That's why it overheated." The man stared, impressed despite himself. "What's your name?" Maya Johnson." As she pulled out her small toolkit, Andrew Whitaker, CEO of Whitaker Enterprises, owner of half the city skyline, watched her work. Her hands moved with remarkable assurance, sealing the crack with special tape. "That should hold till you reach town. Just add water for now." It was then Andrew noticed it. The emerald green ring on her finger, tied with thread to keep it from slipping. The very same ring he had once given a little girl named Maya, an orphanage called Little Angels. His world tilted. "That ring? Where did you get it?" Maya glanced at the ring, suddenly self-conscious. "It was my mom's. Well, my adoptive mom's, Diana Johnson. She passed last year. She said it was important. That one day I'd understand." Andrew's throat tightened. He had given that ring 12 years ago to a child he had promised to come back for, a promise he had broken. "May I drive you home?" he asked. Maya hesitated, then nodded. The 15-minute ride was filled with Andrew's careful questions. He learned she lived with her aunt and uncle, Renee and Leon, ever since Diana's passing. She had been adopted at age 3 from a now-closed orphanage called Little Angels. Andrew nearly swerved off the road. "Little Angels?" "Yes, why?" He forced calm. "I knew it once." At her modest home, Maya hopped out, but Andrew quickly handed her a card. "If you ever need anything at all, call me." That night, Andrew sat in his penthouse, staring at photos of the ring his private investigator had retrieved. The crescent-shaped flaw in the emerald confirmed it. It was the very ring. The one his father had ordered him to leave behind when the orphanage mysteriously shut down. 3 sleepless nights later, documents littered Andrew's desk. He had discovered the truth. His father, Howard Whitaker, had orchestrated the orphanage's closure and seized the property cheap, paving the way for today's Luxury Horizon project. But buried in the files was something darker. A list of children marked special cases. Maya Johnson's name circled in red with the note, "Contact HW." When his investigator Ramirez called, Andrew's dread deepened. Diana Johnson's death? A brake failure, likely not an accident. Adoption records? Missing. Officially, Maya Johnson never existed at Little Angels. Meanwhile, in her workshop, Maya fixed an old radio with ease. Uncle Leon praised her gift, her natural ability to understand machines. She smiled shyly, then revealed Andrew Whitaker's card. At the sight of the name, Leon froze. Renee joined, her expression tense. "Maya," she said, "remember how we promised to tell you the truth when you were older? That time has come." Renee handed Maya a faded envelope. Inside was a letter from Diana herself. "My dear Maya, if you are reading this, someone from the Whitaker family has found you. There are things you must know." Maya's hands trembled as she unfolded the letter. Diana's words painted a chilling picture. She had once worked at Little Angels as a nurse. When the orphanage was abruptly shut down, she discovered evidence of experiments and suspicious interest in certain children with unique talents. Diana fled in the night with baby Maya, changing their names and vanishing into anonymity. The emerald ring, Diana explained, was not just jewelry but a key vessel hiding something dangerous and important. "If you ever encounter the Whitakers," the letter warned, "you'll need this ring more than you can imagine." Maya's heart raced. The wealthy man whose car she had fixed wasn't just any stranger. He was a Whitaker. At the same time, across the city, Andrew confronted his father. "I found Maya Johnson," Andrew said, voice shaking. Howard's face hardened. "So what? Another orphan? Forget her. Horizon Project is what matters. Why was she marked special?" Howard's lips curled into a cold smile. "You truly don't know, do you? Some children are different, talented, useful. That girl sees machines like others see words. She was one of our most promising subjects. Until Diana stole her." Andrew recoiled. "You exploited children? Don't be naive. Do you know what military contractors would pay for such abilities?" As Andrew reeled, Maya sat in her workshop, staring at the ring. Uncle Leon explained softly, "Your mom didn't just run. She was hunted. And she trusted us to protect you." A knock at the door interrupted them. It was Marcus Hayes, a reporter. He carried files about Little Angels, claiming he had been investigating its closure for years. Leon admitted Diana had left him Hayes' number for emergencies. Together, they pieced fragments of truth. The orphanage wasn't just shut down, it was erased. The Whitakers had orchestrated it to hide Project Prometheus, a program exploiting gifted children. The next day, a black SUV idled outside Maya's school. Two men in suits watched her leave with friends. "That's her. The girl with the emerald ring. Mr. Whitaker Sr. wants her immediately." But Leon, waiting across the street, saw everything. He dialed Hayes. "It's happening. We have proof and a girl who needs protection. The storm was coming." The 50th floor of Whitaker Enterprises buzzed with tension. Howard Whitaker had summoned his executives, furious about rumors of leaks. "Where's my son?" he barked, slamming the glass table. At that moment, Andrew entered, calm but resolute, accompanied by a woman in a tailored suit. "Sorry I'm late. This is Federal Prosecutor Claire Bennett. She has questions about Project Prometheus." Howard went pale. Andrew connected his laptop to the big screen. Files appeared: secret transfers, falsified adoption papers, and security footage of Diana fleeing with a child. "For 15 years you ran experiments on children," Andrew said. "Exploited them. Silenced anyone who resisted. That ends now. You have no idea of the implications," Howard snapped. "Billions are at stake." Before Andrew could reply, the doors opened again. Maya entered, flanked by Leon and Marcus Hayes with his camera rolling live. Howard's face twisted. "So the prodigy herself. Project 17. I didn't expect you'd be so small." Maya's voice was steady. "And you're the man who killed my mother. Her brakes didn't fail by accident, did they?" Howard smirked. Prove it. Maya held up the emerald ring. With deft fingers, she twisted the stone, revealing a hidden compartment. Inside was a micro-storage chip. Diana was smarter than you thought. She hid everything in here: your deals with military doctors, your plans to weaponize children like me. Howard's bravado faltered. This is being broadcast live, Marcus announced, gesturing to the camera. Tens of thousands are watching. Federal agents burst in. Claire Bennett stepped forward. Howard Whitaker, you're under arrest for conspiracy, fraud, child endangerment, and unlawful human experimentation. For the first time, Howard looked shaken. As agents cuffed him, Maya approached. My mom taught me broken machines can be fixed, but broken people have to fix themselves. I hope prison gives you that chance. Howard was led away as the world watched Whitaker Enterprises collapse in real time. In the days that followed, the empire crumbled. Whitaker Enterprises stock plummeted, executives fled, and investigations uncovered decades of corruption. Andrew, though offered immunity for cooperation, stood broken by the legacy of his family. Yet he chose a different path. He donated his fortune to establish the Prometheus Initiative, not a secret project, but a public foundation dedicated to identifying and nurturing young talents from disadvantaged backgrounds. Maya became its heart. Her gifts as an inventor were undeniable. Newspapers marveled. Teen prodigy exposes billion-dollar empire. 5 years later, the Johnson Center for Young Inventors stood proudly on the former site of Little Angels. Children filled its labs and workshops, free to explore their gifts without fear. Maya, now 15, led tours for engineers and investors, already holding patents of her own. Andrew, no longer a CEO but a mentor, worked tirelessly beside her. He wore jeans instead of suits, his old arrogance replaced by humility. We've discovered 23 gifted kids this quarter, he explained to donors. And everyone gets scholarships, no contracts, no exploitation. On the center's walls, an exhibit told the story photos of the orphanage, the scandal, and the fall of Whitaker Enterprises. At its center, Maya's emerald ring, now a symbol not of secrets, but of truth revealed. Meanwhile, Howard Whitaker sat in a federal prison. The once mighty tycoon refused rehabilitation programs, convinced he would one day rebuild. Guards only shook their heads. He was a relic of a broken system. The first graduation at the Johnson Center marked a milestone. 12 students, all from disadvantaged communities, received scholarships or job offers. Maya spoke on stage, the emerald ring glinting under the lights. When I was 10, I fixed a stranger's car, she began. That small act of kindness exposed terrible secrets. But it also opened the door to something new. My mother taught me broken systems can't be repaired. They must be redesigned. That's what we're doing here. The audience rose in thunderous applause. The next morning, Maya received a letter. It was from Victoria Whitaker, Andrew's estranged sister who had renounced the family name. Now a federal prosecutor, she had uncovered more. There were 5 other orphanages like Little Angels, the letter read. Because of your testimony, we've identified 37 more children. Some have talents like yours. When you're ready, they want to meet you. Maya shared the letter with Andrew, Leon, and Renee. A quiet sense of victory settled over them. What began as a chance roadside encounter had grown into a revolution that dismantled an empire and freed countless children from the shadows. You know what's ironic? Andrew said with a faint smile. My father always said he was building a legacy. And he did. Just not the one he imagined. Maya looked out the window at the children laughing in the Johnson Center gardens. Real power isn't in buildings or bank accounts. It's in making a difference. That evening, as the sun dipped below the horizon, a new sign was unveiled at the center's entrance. Every talent deserves to flourish. Every child deserves freedom. It was more than words. It was a promise. From the ashes of corruption and exploitation rose something purer, stronger. A movement born from a little girl, a broken Mustang, and a ring that carried not only secrets but hope. And though the world would long remember the fall of the Whitaker Empire, what mattered most was what replaced it, a future where no child's gift would be stolen, and no act of kindness would ever again be underestimated.